I on my lift? Where are we going then? The airport? I wish.
Oh, cheers, Isabel. Hello. Right, Ralphie. Where do you want to crap today? Waterloo Bridge or the Strand?
Can I get off here? Thanks. Good trolley, this, Safeways. I had one from Waitrose once, but it pulled to the left.
Hang on. Now, buy some food with that. Don't go spending it all on Hirondale. That's my bloody laundry!
Okay. What's the update on the Grand Hotel piece?
The shake at the Grosvenor House is a non-starter.
What's this? Oh, you were away, Nick. It's an idea of Ian's on people who still live in the big hotels.
You know, like Gulbenkian at the Ritz and Calder at Claridge's?
Yes. Except they're all dead. Got one breathing, Claire.
Maxine Chandler's been at the Savoy for years. I spoke to a guy who's her agent or something, and he said we could tool over this morning.
Am I doing these people in the studio or in their hotel rooms?
I think we've got to go there, otherwise there's no colour.
Right. Oh, Sheila found a duchess at the Dorchester who lives with 3 pumas.
Parrots, actually.
I'm not late. I was researching a bag lady.
Oh, that explains your appearance, Freddie. You're undercover.
Seriously, look, it's a really good idea. She's an amazing character. She's been on the streets 3 years.
Ransom did a homeless piece. Major yawn.
It's a national disgrace.
We have this week's programme, Freddie. If we can get Bowie for the last slot.
His people are still hedging.
But I sort of know the guy.
LA, was it, or Gustave?
Actually, it was backstage at the Stones thing on some weekend somewhere. The point is, we kind of vibed, so I could go over to the sound check and maybe cut through the crap.
Fine. So why don't you give Freddie your Maxine Chandler file?
Who?
Okay, troops. Freddie. I know it's weird when you think of the hours and the pay, but a lot of people consider this a glamour job. There are armies of graduates and Claire clones beating down the door.
I had a few problems this morning. I walked out on Steve.
Steve is history.
Everything I own is in that bag. Oh, except my laundry. That's being incinerated in Wanstead Flats.
Do you, have a place to stay?
I'm working on it.
Look, I don't want to seem brutal, but a thing like this might help you focus your mind, Freddie. Because if you don't shape up, you're going to be broomed out of here.
Painstaking research, Claire.
It's a bit flimsy, but I had a desperately late night.
Maxine Chandler, who is she?
She's an actress. She used to be married to Errol Flynn or one of those sword fencing types. Then she was Lady Someone. She's loaded and sort of famous. Bit of a nightmare, apparently.
Oh, great. So I take care of this while you go and schmooze with David Bowie.
Yeah.
Claire, why is it girls like you spend so much time on their backs and always land on their feet?
Is that American Express? Are you a person or a machine? Good. This is Maxine Chandler. I'd like to talk to you about my account. What? No, I can't give you the number because my card is in my purse and my purse is over there. It would be so much easier if you'd punch it up on your screen. Chandler. There's only one possible way to spell it. Are you sure you're not a machine? Well, you keep sending me these boring reminders, and I thought it would be a lot easier for both of us if I told you a little bit about my accounting procedure. You see, every month I allocate a certain amount of money towards my expenditures. Then I put all my bills into a hat, and I pull them out at random until the money's exhausted. So would you please tell your computer that if it continues with this belligerent tone, next month you won't even get into the hat.
I'm glad I've caught you in one of your fiscally responsible moods. I had a call yesterday from Peter Wicker.
Who?
Your publisher. Those people that gave you £65,000 last year as an advance on your memoirs.
Oh, yes. That tall, dark, and young fellow that took us to lunch at Wilton's.
He's wondering when he can see something on paper. Basic page 1 stuff. Once upon a time, something like that. Even a dedication.
I was going to dedicate it to my first husband, but then I thought it might not be fair to the others.
Hello? Oh, good. Would you send her up, please?
Send who up?
There's a girl coming to see you, daughter of a friend of mine. She's just down from Cambridge, and she sounds just the sort of girl to help you with the book. They want 3 chapters by the end of the month.
I'm not sure my life wouldn't make a better film.
Max, just get serious. I shudder to think what this place is costing.
The Savoy gives me a marvelous deal.
It's a marvelous deal compared to other people who stay at the Savoy. Compared to the rest of the civilized world, it's a ludicrous extravagance.
I was in such a good mood till you got here. I'm having lunch with Margot. She's had such awful reviews for that play she's doing.
Give this girl a chance, Max.
Oh, well, I'm not going to see her in my row.
Well, let's see if she can last a little longer than the other 6.
Hello, I'm Freddie Latham.
Malcolm Parks, I'm Miss Chandler's agent. Do come in. Your father's a friend of my friend Richard Fletcher, isn't he?
Dunno, is he?
Works at Perry Bywaters, the merchant bankers.
Well, not unless they're having double glazing put in.
Not to my knowledge.
Well, that's what my dad does. V.J. Latham and Son, double glazing specialist. Oh, but there's no son anymore. My brother Tim went to Bali to find himself. He kind of voided out. And well, now he's in this chemical dependency unit in Nottingham, but, well, they see him Sundays.
I think we've got our signals crossed.
Oh, I'm from Neptune Television.
Oh, you're from those people?
Yeah.
You see, I forgot you were coming. Oh. Damn.
Is there a problem?
I'm not sure she should do this type of program. You see, I'm terribly afraid she'll come across as spoiled, pampered, indolent, which of course she is.
Is there anything else I should know?
What you know already?
Nothing. Oh, I was given this totally useless research, but to be honest, I'd never heard of her.
I wouldn't mention that to Miss Chandler. I also wouldn't ask her age, anything about her 3rd husband, or when she last starred in a film. Otherwise, you two should get on famously.
Malcolm, if you've ever wondered why I've kept you as my faithful and trusted advisor all these years, it's for moments like this. Which hat?
He's gone.
And you are?
I'm Freddie Latham. I came about the interview.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so sorry, but you've come at an awfully bad time. I'm supposed to be at the Caprice 5 minutes ago.
Oh, if it's lunch at the Caprice, I'd go for the beret.
I can't imagine haute couture is your strong suit.
Well, suit yourself. It's just a bit strong, that one. I mean, it'd be all right if you were launching a ship.
I did launch a ship once, when I was Lady Nettleton. It sank.
You must have whacked it too hard with a bottle.
No. This was years later. Fortunately, nobody died. But since most of the passengers were with other people's wives, some of them wish they had.
Well, look, why don't you give me a resume or some press cuttings so I can bone up on you a little bit?
I beg your pardon. I'm supposed to be interviewing you. The only reason I'm not is that Malcolm highly recommended you. Call the restaurant. Have them tell Margot Lane I'm on my way. And this is Ralphie. At 2 o'clock he can have a biscuit. And would you call the dry cleaner? Tell them they've absolutely ruined my Claude Montana coat. And someone had better come over later and grovel.
You offered me a job?
Good God, Malcolm said you were bright. It's yours if you don't irritate me. Can't pay you much, but you'll eat the best food in London, and your room has a view of the river. If you're hungry, call room service.
Listen.
I'm gone.
This is unreal. This is totally unreal. Hello? Oh, no, I'm sorry, Miss Chandler's not here at the moment. I'm Freddie Latham. Yes, her personal assistant. Are you like her personal maid, Isabel, or do you work for the hotel?
I work for the Savoy, but she asks for me always.
How long has she been here?
8 years since the second husband died.
How many has she had?
3. A Hollywood movie star, an English lord, and a Moroccan hairdresser.
Let me guess who this one is.
Ah, Philippe. He never work. He just stay here and call for room service. But she love him very much.
Where's number 1?
In the living room on the piano. I put the clean sheets in your room.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Andrea Dent. I'm here about the job.
Oh, yeah, your father's a friend of,
Right, some guy.
Who knows?
Yeah, apparently.
You'd better come in.
Thanks. I know I'm late, but I've been staying with friends in Harrow. So I got this minicab and this guy, this Iranian or something, he just got totally lost. I mean, he'd never heard of the Savoy.
Oh, I know, it's unbelievable. I think the first thing they do when the immigrants get off the plane, give them a minicab.
I bet they do.
Look, the position here, well, it's technically, it's gone.
Oh.
Is that like a real major downer?
Well, no, not really. This was my dad's idea. I'd much rather keep on with what I've been doing.
Oh, what was that?
Nothing, really.
Brilliant, then. I don't have to feel bad about copying your job.
Oh, that's quite all right, honestly. Oh, my father will probably call to see if I turned up. If he does, would you tell him that I tried?
Oh, no one could have tried harder, Andrew.
Good afternoon, Miss Chandler. How are we today?
We're extremely well, Reg. Thank you. Oh, and here's Mommy's treasure. Ralphie loves going for a walk with Gary, and Gary loves going for a walk with Ralphie, doesn't he?
Yes, Miss Chandler. Look forward to it. What I'd really like to do to you is drop kick you to oblivion.
Okay, yep, 7 o'clock's fine. Unless, of course, you're here to the contrary.
Hi. Oh, I'd forgotten all about you. Did you order yourself a snack yet?
Yes, thanks. Did you have a nice lunch?
Wonderful. Saw lots of old friends. Harold and Antonia were there, huddled in a corner. Honestly, after all these years, I can't imagine why they're so secretive.
There's a couple of messages for you. Oh, the cleaners came round and picked up the coach.
I should hope so.
Tickets are in your name tomorrow night at the Apollo. Oh, yeah. And someone called Kurt called to say he could do you at 7.
Don't be tacky. He gives me this marvelous massage. It's called Shih Tzu.
No, I don't think so. I think what he gives you is a shiatsu. Shih Tzu is a little Chinese dog.
I thought that was a lapsang souchong.
No, that's tea.
Oh, let's have some. And then I'm going to bed with Melvin Bragg.
Why don't you tell me what it is I'm supposed to do round here, and maybe I can do it?
Well, officially, you're supposed to be helping me with my memoirs. And if Malcolm calls, you're to swear that's what you're doing. Otherwise, he'll think that you're ordering things and making phone calls and running errands.
Oh, is that why my predecessors left then? Because they were overqualified gophers?
They didn't leave. I fired them. Because they were either ill-mannered or ill-educated.
Oh, use me. I'm a trained researcher. I can edit your diaries, your letters, and your memoirs.
I'm not going to have a perfect stranger going through my private papers.
Well, then your memoirs aren't going to be all that brilliant, are they? What's wrong?
Well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, that's the point. That's what I'm afraid of. That I'll write about this life that I imagine has been so dazzling and fascinating and fulfilling. And nobody will buy it. Well, that's their way of saying, so what? One doesn't just live in fear of growing old, you know. One also lives in fear that nobody cares.
I'd buy it. You would? Sure. I mean, just looking at your photos, I can tell you've had an amazing life. You've been everywhere. You've met everyone.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I suppose there are still some people who have a flicker of interest in Maxine Chandler. Are there some television people supposed to come here today? I'd better change.
I cancelled them.
You did what?
Yeah, I called them up, said we'd thought about it, but it wasn't for us.
You're fired. I think you've broken some kind of record. I mean, even that girl from Portsmouth with halitosis lasted a day.
Look, I know that program. They do a hatchet job on you.
Me?
Basically, they're antagonistic to your lifestyle. They'd be all teeth and smiles here. But once they got you into the editing room, you'd come across spoiled, pampered, indolent.
Those dirty bastards.
We don't need it. I mean, when the book comes out, we'll blitz all the chat shows.
Well, of course, that's a marvelous idea. You're absolutely right. You know, I've completely forgotten your name.
Freddie.
Freddie. And you must call me Max.
God, about time. I've been waiting absolutely ages.
Ooh, I thought you were going to Earl's Court to meet your old mate Dave Bowie.
That didn't pan out. There were these security goons on the door.
Oh, you were supposed to offer them sexual favours, Claire.
She tried that. I turned her down.
The point is, I'd better take over on the Maxine Chandler thing. I mean, she was my baby in the first place.
Here's the file, but she's not going to do the show.
You didn't blow it, did you?
Oh, that's great. Then we don't have a piece.
Don't worry, Robin. I'm sure when I talk to her, it'll be okay.
Oh, you'll have to get past her personal assistant first.
No problem.
Oh, Sheila, do you want to look after this? It needs watering twice a week. Does anyone want to buy my Terence Conran pencil sharpener?
What are you doing?
I'm clearing out my desk.
Freddie. You're feeling a bit bruised at the moment. This is not a good time to make major decisions.
Oh, this is a perfect time. I need a clean break. I need a refuge from all the bullshit in my life.
We all do. Where are you going to find it?
The Savoy. Oh, could you forward my mail and messages, because I'm going to be there a little while.
What are you going to do there? Make beds?
No, I'm going to be working for Maxine Chandler. I'll look forward to your call.
I've made this trip a few times, you know.
Don't you find your ears pop?
No. I mean, taking new secretaries up to Madam. Oh, they never last, no. You know, what I'm saying is, I won't get any change of address cards printed.
I'll last.
Well, I bet you don't last a month.
Yeah, what's the bet?
Your body,
And if I win?
you get my body.
Don't take those things through to her room yet, Carrie. Just leave them there by the door.
Oh, yes, Miss Chandler. I'll be in reception.
I had a phone call from a man called Dent, asking how his daughter did at the interview. I don't remember your last name, but I'm sure it isn't Dent.
It isn't.
So, your father is not my agent's friend's friend.
Nope.
And yet you have the temerity to come into my home and take this position under false pretenses.
Yeah.
I think I'm entitled to know why.
I woke up this morning and I decided to change my life. Which was a pretty heavy decision, as it meant walking out on the guy I'd lived with for 6 months and had nowhere else to go. Oh, on the way to work, I lost my laundry. I got to work late, which provoked a response that they were thinking of firing me anyway, which really got up my nose because that boss is a total airbrain. I mean, it's only a glamour job if you compare it with, I don't know, working in a factory in Birmingham making vacuum cleaner bags.
We've all had our awful days, darling.
How would you know? You're cocooned from reality up here. And well, I fancied a bit of that, I must admit. That's why I deceived you.
I auditioned for my first Broadway role when I was your age. The director said how much he enjoyed my Ophelia in New Haven. I didn't tell him that was Kim Stanley, and I got the job. Of course, he found out later, but by then I was sleeping with him, so it didn't matter.
See, what you're saying is we've got something in common.
We have absolutely nothing in common. I am a star, and you used to work in a vacuum cleaner factory.
No, I didn't. I was being hypothetical.
I don't care. For something like that, you ought to be thrown out on your ear.
Oh, fine. In that case, I'll probably be ravished by your page boy in the lobby.
I beg your pardon?
We had a bet that I wouldn't last a month.
All right, I'll give you a month. But I have to warn you, I can be very difficult. I can be selfish and demanding, and I tend to get hysterical if I don't get my way.
Oh, that won't work with me.
You're in no position to dictate terms.
You're not going to walk all over me, Max. You want a punch bag, you go call Miss Dent.
Who gave you permission to call me Max?
You did, after lunch when you'd had a few.
Is this typical of the attitude I can expect from you?
Yes.
Good God, you remind me of me. This is going to be absolute hell.
You say either, and I say either.
I say neither, and you say neither. Either,
Either,
neither,
neither.
let's call the whole thing off.
Pamela's mother comes to stay indefinitely when she leaves her husband on Upwardly Mobile, next on WTN.
If we ever part, then that might break my heart.
Oh, yes. So if I like pajamas and you like pajamas,
I wear pajamas and give up pajamas. For we know we need each other, so we better call the calling off.